In Chapter 14 on religious argumentation, the term that I thought applied best to this TED Talk was argument by analogy. And argument by analogy is saying because two things are similar, what is true of one must be also true of the other. And this type of argument is used a lot in religious argumentation, and theologians use it to emphasize their points. Sharon Brous uses argument of analogy to emphasize her point that we are blind to problems and we see only what we want to see. And she uses this by telling the story of the man walking down the road and seeing a beautiful building on fire. And when he sees this, he asks, why is something so beautiful burning and yet no one seems to notice or care? And after she tells this parable, she shows a photo of the young Turkish boy coming ashore, bloodied, and had just survived an attack. And yet people are blind to this because we don't see it as our problem. And this can be applied to transphobia, homophobia, racism, and all sorts of other issues that we have today in our world. Hostilities and religious-related violence are increasing every day, and she shows a statistic on this. And I love how she said that we need to be reclaiming the heart of religion and taking it back because it's the only thing that contains the raw material to not only showing hatred and violence, but also containing the raw material for compassion, coexistence, and kindness. So when others read the text for violence and hatred, we reclaim it and use it for justice and forgiveness. And I thought her speech was really important to hear and moving, and I think people could take a lot away from this. If I were to rate this speaker on her talk, I would give her a 10 out of 10. If I were to critique her on anything, I would say maybe include more parables from other religions like Islam or Buddhism or any other type that people may be able to relate to that's not just Judaism or Christianity, because there are so many people who relate to different religions and may not be able to take away exactly what she was saying.